like, I mean, at
guy
some
with
point
the
we just
vest
don't
on?
stop selling tickets. So you can sell it.
Next to the guy with the vest on? Right here?
No, right
I mean, like,
here.
if,
On the
if there's
floor.
someone there, I can be like,
Oh,
hi,
yeah,
I
I
got my
can't
ticket.
see
Like,
that. Can I eat in here? You want some?
No, I need
Well, pee before the thing starts.
because I don't know when it starts and I'm scared.
Okay, then go start right now.
Yeah, we do. Not really so great.
Bro. Wow, you really wasted $10 for no reason. I can't get over that. $10.
I didn't use it the librarian gift. Those $10 are somebody else's.
My point.
The purpose of them was to come here afterwards.
There you go. You would have popped up with some Chick-fil-A. Where you get money to buy Chick-fil-A? Oh, I forgot. I had
We would have been walking Chick-fil-A and she would have been like, what are y'all doing?
Aren't y'all going to the show? What? Isn't that what y'all are?
Yeah.
Then
They
what's this?
never said
What's this? This is like the school, like actual musical. They better be singing in this. Oh, did your best friend help them? Karen?
Nah, they didn't mess with it.
They better hear me crushing in the video, bro.
I'm confused. If Ben and Naomi are in the play, when is he in the
Oh, you weren't at work. You were not. Did you audition? That's why it's like, yeah, no, everybody's wearing the heart.
Yeah, my mom.
So they could be picked at any time.
That's why I saw everybody. That's memorize everybody's line.
This
Never
is.
know which
Oh wait, this is kind of
you
good.
never know which line you're gonna be at. You can just memorize it.
Wait, I'm lost. What's going on?
Wild.
You go here?
Yeah, I'm a freshman.
We're seniors.
Graduating. Wait, that's actually whack. That's so good. What? Okay, basically, the both of them are in this. The girl over there in the jacket is in this. Ren is in this. Iomi's in this. But they don't know. So like, in this, the god has to pick who's gonna act, and they have to memorize every single part and all the lines because they don't know what's gonna be if they're gonna be picked and who they're gonna be.
Oh, nah.
I've never heard of that. I wonder how it's gonna play out. How weird do you feel seeing your friend Rada? And Sophia's over there. I get it. Come on, Rada. Wait, everyone's here. She's getting home. There you go. Oh, big toe. I feel like your life would have been different. It would have changed if you stayed best friends with her. You would have grown up exactly like me. You know she's bad. She's bad? What does she do? Oh no.
I do the same thing. That boy right there with the bandana on, he gave me a card. He's the the one that gave me the card. Come on now.
She's definitely the outcast though. Like they're not really putting her in the middle. She's just trying to listen. Like just bringing her back.
Yeah. And that bitch. Oh. She be like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. Oh, that.
What?
I was like, sis. Whenever I would accidentally spit out a curse word around her, when like me and her was best friends, she'd be like, Lindsay.
Cause y'all were little.
Well, I was like 8? 8, right? I mean, right. Like, in 6th grade.
Oh, that's crazy.
In 6th grade, we would like wave at each other and just talk like about her dog. Her dog died from cancer. Her dog
You can hear me clap twice.
is my best friend.
You can hear me clap 3 times. Hi. Thanks. Thank you all for coming. If we could all focus for a second, I'd like to go over a few things before the show starts. First, please turn off your cell phones. I'll wait until it's clear to me that all cell phones are off. And don't be embarrassed if you forgot. It happens, and we've accounted for this exact moment in our runtime. We don't want you to be one of those people whose phone accidentally goes off and then everyone kind of whips around on you and turns on you and you're suddenly feeling pulled out of the group experience. And that's not great. And we all know there's almost one in every show, especially here in South. Also, interesting fact, if your phone is on Do Not Disturb or Moon Mode, it is actually not off. It's not even on silent, because if someone were to call you twice within a short period of time, your phone would think there was some emergency, sort of override this Do Not Disturb function, and actually, well, disturb. This is one of the many features that make our smartphones so smart. But it's also why they still go off in theaters almost half a century since they were first invented, and sort of committing violence against the dramatic illusion. Just an interesting fact. Now, take a moment to check in with yourselves. Are you okay? Is there an itch in your throat? Are you battling some sort of chest cold and can feel a cough coming? Did you skip dessert and now you're craving something sweet? Or perhaps your tongue just tastes a little weird? If you've answered yes to any of these questions and are now even remotely entertaining the notion of a cough drop, hard candy, or bonbon, now's your time to deal with that. I'll wait a moment just to make sure all candies and cough drops are unwrapped and or consumed. Okay, now, are you feeling fidgety? Is there some sort of noisy plastic wrap or paper situation in your hand? Some purse or coat filled with a lot of loose change?
Eso. You won't get me in trouble.
Put it down.
She'll be like,
We've got our own sound design. But we appreciate your participatory spirit. I'll wait a moment just to make sure that's all happening. Oh, and my apologies to anyone I may have just offended with some sort of medical condition.
She don't care.
Okay, great. So this is Everybody, which is a play. It runs approximately 90 minutes with no intermission. We hope. Let's see, it's based on another play called Every Man, which is one of the earliest recorded plays in the English language. Now, for a while we, or scholars, thought that it was sort of collectively authored by a bunch of monks who loved to put on plays for each other in old-timey England. But we now know it was, in all likelihood, itself an adaptation of a slightly different Dutch play called Aukerlijk, or Den Spiegel der Zalech von Aukerlijk, and about whose author we know nothing except that his name was Peter. And it also seems this Dutch play, Den Spiegel der Zalech von Aukerlijk, was itself Buddhist fable. And even knows where the Buddhists were getting their fables from. So, but it's safe to say that we're dealing with some fairly old and ancient material. So maybe let's trust it to be really wise and meaningful, okay? And a little forgiving of some of its storytelling quirks. Like, for instance, some people in this play are not going to play people. Now the original play called Everyman purported to be about life and its transience, which is to say, I guess it was really about death. And it was in manner of a morality play, which means there was a moral to it. And originally, this message was sort of like, hey everybody, don't be so crazy in life. Like, this craziness may seem great initially because it's really fun, but when you die, you may sort of regret all that fun. Because though we honestly don't know what happens when you die, we have this hunch that you may wind up someplace objectively worse than this one. And let's call this place hell. This state of eternal, unfathomable suffering. And this craziness, let's call it sin. This sin, or at least too much of it, is our idea of how you wind up there, we think. But if you come hang out with us and be Catholic and let us be your managers in regards with all things having to do with existence, we're pretty sure that together we can help you figure out how to not wind up in this place that you have such a hunch about. Or if that weirds you out, there's also the Buddhistness at the heart of the material, which is just saying like, hey everybody, you know flowers? Like how they bloom in the spring, and they're so pretty when you're looking at them and smelling them or whatever, but by winter they're dead and gone, and you literally cannot recall a specific thing about the specific flowers you spent your whole spring smelling and looking at, except for this vague memory of having smelled and looked at some flowers once, in general. Maybe? Okay, this metaphor is a little unwieldy. To be honest, I don't really understand Buddhism, but from what I gather, it's sort of like everything about you, your experience, your existence, your memory, everything is like a bunch of flowers! And like flowers, when you die, everything that makes you broken down into the raw material that is made to make a new bunch of flowers. So you, as you experience yourself in reality, aka this unique bunch of flowers, are never coming back. So think about that and what you want to do with the rest of your life. Vis-a-vis that, or something. Again, not Buddhist. And talking about death, as we all know, is difficult. Anywho, this is all just to say that this specific play you're at right now is not that play, or either of those plays exactly. Though, it does have similar ambitions. But we'll see. The fire exits are here, and here, and without further ado, God!
I mean, it's going to.
This is God. What is that laughter, and to whom does it belong? imagination, infinite as it is, playing one of its infinite tricks on me. Because otherwise, that would be infuriating. That would be the exact sort of mockery which has moved me to speak in the first place. Why are you still laughing? How much longer must I sit by and witness all my creatures in their hearts grow more and more unkind to me? For why should laughter come when I reveal myself? Because of this vessel I have chosen? Because I have no eyes? What need would I have for these puny organs to apprehend this minor plane of matter and illusion which I've let you inhabit? I who have ushered every detail of this world into being and moved it forward with my very breath, which is time. I, the all-seeing, I, the all-feeling, the omniscient, the omnipotent, the omnipresent. I need no eyes. I possess the vantage of divinity, in which I see it, is you. Laugher, if you indeed exist, who are unseen, putting such esteem in your earthly visions, living in such arrogance and pride, such smug self-satisfaction, so pleased with yourselves, and so very deformed for my dreams, for you. Instead of laughter, how about a thank you for the gift of laughter, or the gift of pleasure itself, or of being itself, an experience to you which I have merely loaned. But perhaps I am speaking to no one, and only to myself. I am but perfection in pursuit of perfection, and this world was only a whim, one experiment of many, to simply see what could be. Here, though it seems a certain love did develop from my labors, which was a surprise. I have loved the thing I have made. I continue to love it. But perhaps this excess of love has led to a blindness, because the thing I chose to be of greatest assistance to me has revealed itself to be perhaps the greatest curse. Everybody was supposed to make a dwelling place of my magnificence here, assisting me in my great work. But I see that leaving them alone in their lives and wickedness, they become worse than beasts, than weeds, devouring up this world I have fashioned, as even now, through envy and otherwise, they devour up each other. How can it be that of all my productions, it is you who have deteriorated so severely and into such disappointment? Don't you hear the remainder of my creation, the wonder that is everything, crying out for justice against you? My love must be fair and all-encompassing. This is all very taxing. I require data. I must have a reckoning of everybody's person, so I may account for my perfection's most perfect error. Death! Death! Reveal yourself!
Over here.
Oh, hello.
Hi. How are you?
To be honest, I am not in the best mood.
Oh no. Is there something that I could do?
Actually, there is, dear assistant. Do what you do and go seek out everybody and bring them to me ASAP.
All right.
I need some sense of why and how they have lived the way they have lived so I can make the appropriate adjustments to my beloved experiment, everything.
Okay, and what kind of form would you like this sense to take?
I don't know! Can't you just figure it out? You know how much I have to do!
Okay.
Thank you!
Feel better.
I don't need you to tell me how to feel!
Figure it out? What does it mean when God just leaves you to figure it out? Oh man, I'm not a mind reader, I'm just deaf! Sometimes it's like God can forget that not everything knows everything. Man, where even is everybody? Oh, there they are. Hey everybody!
Oh,
Hey,
yeah, hi.
nice shirt.
Thanks, I got it from Forever 21.
Where are you coming from?
Are you talking to me?
Yes?
My house.
Cool. Hey, do you remember God?
What's that?
Do you remember God?
Do I remember God?
Yes.
Do I remember God? I don't understand. Do I remember God? Do you?
Yes, actually. In fact, I was just talking to God, and even though it seems like you've forgotten about God, God thinks about you pretty much all the time. And now God wants you, so I've come to grab you.
Grab me?
Yes.
What does this God want with me?
Oh, right. Thank you. God also needs a report from you.
What kind of report?
Just a general sense of your time here, how you spent it, how you lived your life so wrong, and why. You know, like a presentation.
What? Why?
Well, I think it's for internal purposes, but I'm not really sure because God doesn't really ever tell me anything. I'm sort of just like an assistant.
Okay, I don't know who this God friend of yours is, and I certainly don't know who you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was clear. I'm deaf.
Excuse me?
I'm deaf who fears no man?
No, you're not.
What? Yes, I am. I'm deaf who fears no man, and it is commanded that all be obedient to me.
Prove it.
What do you mean?
Prove it.
See, now let's go.
Wait, who sent you?
I just told you, God. God sent me.
So God is real.
Well, now see, I'm never really sure how to answer that question. Like, doesn't that sort of depend on your definition of real? Like, what's real to you? What you see? What you feel? And why isn't it ever enough that I'm real?
Okay, listen. You're not catching me at a great time for this. Like I said, I have so much going on right now, and so much I still have left to do. I'm sorry, but I just can't go with you today.
Oh, honey, you don't have to worry about any of that. Because all you have to do is what I say you have to do. Because I'm deaf, and it's commanded that all be obedient to me. And today, it's you, everybody, that I arrest, and nobody I spare.
Arrest.
Oh, so you're like a cop. Okay.
Well,
in that case, look, I get it. You're just doing your job. Here, let me give you a little something for your trouble.
Yes, here we go. Why don't you take this, and let's just defer this matter till another day, huh?
Don't you think that if I accepted bribes out of all the money in the world, in fact out of the world itself at this point, that's also offensive to cops.
Come on, you came out of nowhere with like no warning. This is so scary.
Don't act like you don't know me, that you haven't seen me, sought nourishment for me, profited from me. I'm the incoming tide which spares no life and certainly no man's. So pull it together and let's go.
Well, when do I get to come back? I need to give some people a heads up.
Never. Once you're there, you can never come back. I think. I actually have to ask someone about that, but you should assume that the answer is never.
But what about all my friends, my family?
What about them?
Am I ever gonna see them again?
Well, are they here?
No.
What
if they were here? Could they come? Could I bring someone?
Sure. If any of them were brave enough to come with you.
Please, come with me. Yes, Dad, you seem sweet, gentle even. I feel so much better if there's someone else with me who also knew the world I was leaving. And they might also help with the presentation. I really Please, have a heart! Please, please have a heart!
Okay, that's enough! I will not tell you this again. I am that who fears no man, and it is commanded that all be obedient to me. I will not have a heart, for it's hearts that I stop when I please, and now you've got me screaming and upset, and I do not like doing things like this. This job is already hard enough work without everyone thinking you're some sort of bitch. But you know what? Who am I? I've only been doing this since the beginning of the beginning. You would have thought that I've seen and heard and know it all by now. But sure, why don't you try and find someone to come along with you? Maybe they can help you with this mysterious account. But who knows? I have to get into my traveling clothes anyway.
Really?
Sure.
Oh my God. That's great. That's so nice of you. I can't believe that actually worked. How long do I have?
Well, so whenever I come back.
Which is when?
Whenever I'm done changing. Which won't be long, so don't get crazy.
Hi, I just have one more announcement to make, but wanted to wait until late seating because it's sort of important that everyone hear this. Okay, great. Hi. So, you may or may not already know this from marketing materials, but it's specified that in this play, the actors' roles from this point on are to be decided by lottery every night. This is done in an attempt to closely thematize the randomness of death, while also destabilizing your preconceived notions of identity, etc., blah, blah, blah. Okay, honestly, all this really means is that our incredible ensemble of performers here have memorized the entire script and have just received or are receiving one of 5 roles of play tonight. And in all likelihood, you are about to see a version of the show that has never been performed out of 120 probable variations. Now, there's been a lot of back and forth internally over whether or not audience members buy this as real. But the way we see it is you either do or you don't. That's on you. Okay, I'm gonna have to head out because I have some errands to run, but you guys enjoy yourselves. Get home safely, and please consider a season subscription to Wilson Players. Thank you. Please hold your applause. I'm sure you'll be seeing me again. Bye.
And now, out of thy sight I flee. So make me ready shortly. For here's the day from which they say that no one living gets away.
Well, I'm sorry, I totally missed what you just said.
You're dying, everybody. Starting now.
Wow, it's dark.
And that's when I woke up.
When the lights went out on death?
That's right.
Wait, are we talking about a dream or are we talking about a play?
Well, my dream, but it was also a play.
That you were watching?
No, that I was more like in, but I guess I was also watching it somehow.
Were other people watching?
Like an audience? Yeah.
That usher moment was very confusing. Why'd they come back?
Unclear.
Do you know what I think it means?
Wait, I'm not done yet.
What do you mean you're not done yet?
I mean, there's still more to the dream.
But I thought you said you woke up.
I did, but then I fell back asleep and the dream kept going.
Then why did you tell us that you woke up?
I don't know. I thought, like, maybe it was part of the whole experience. Like, maybe being awake affected the rest of the dream. I don't know. I I wake up and I feel like I feel after a bad nap. You know what I mean? Like one of those naps where you sleep for too long or too late and you wake up feeling like an animal.
Ooh, I hate those.
Has something to do with your REM cycles.
Really? I thought it was always just something I hate. Well, anyways, I wake up and it's the middle of the night. I can see it's completely dark and I don't know where I am. And I can't tell what's real and what's not to the point I'm not even sure I'm awake. And I start thinking about this dream I just had. How people in ancient times thought of dreams as visions, right? So I guess I sort of lay back down and I start drifting back to sleep and I'm like, was that a dream or was that a vision? And were you asleep? Are you still asleep? Or are you really dying? And is this how death comes to you in a dream? Though, if death really is just a matter of taking a trip and giving some sort of presentation at the end, then it might not be that bad. And you've definitely imagined worse, like nothingness. Still, this presentation also seems really involved because it's like, are you supposed to have this memorized? And you've done a terrible job at keeping track of your life. And in your defense, it's not like anyone told you that you should be paying so much attention to the details of your life. In fact, you've been conditioned by society and the media to think that paying so much attention to the details of your life was a sign of narcissistic personality disorder, which is a mental illness. And you're not mentally ill, you think. But also, how were you even supposed to do this? And starting from when? When you were a newborn? An infant, when you had no access to language or memory as a tool for the recording of experience? That would have been impossible. And no one ever told you the exact point at which your life became a thing you were supposed to be responsible for tracking. So this assignment is sort of like a trap. Like entrapment, like life is entrapment. So you know what? No, you're not gonna beat yourself up for not having been genetically programmed to magically know how to take care of your own life to the point of pure, paralyzing self-obsession, of self-consciousness. You had other things to do. You had to feed and clothe yourself, right? You had to participate in society. You had to live. Right? Wait. Did you have to live? Why did you have to live again? Oh no, did life not have a point? No, come on, it totally had a point, right? It had to, because it wasn't all bad. There were so many great things about life. For example, other people, or certain other people. Meeting them, spending time with them, that was always so good. As if life were really just some sort of medium through which souls or spirits or whatever could communicate and touch and be with each other. Though that's assuming that souls exist. But maybe you're put on Earth to find people who uniquely fill up your life with joy and be with them. Your soulmate or soulmates, and then maybe death is just somehow a continuation of that. Like life is one level of the soulmate game and death is the next. And wait, didn't death say that you could bring someone, right? You can bring someone along to keep you company, and maybe they would help you with this presentation. Yes, yes, this is good. This is good. Find someone to come with you.
Oh my god, everybody!
Rachel, oh my god! I was just thinking about you! I was just thinking about you too! Wait, what is going on? You seem depressed.
Is this still the election? Is it the weather? Is it global warming? Is it the impending threat of nuclear war? Or is it just politics? Is it identity politics? Is it your job? Is your career / lack of career? Is it that person we both hate? Oh no, it's not the person we both love, is it? Is it your relationship / lack of relationship? Is it our relationship? Hey, remember that time we sort of hooked up? That was weird, right? But it's good we got over it, right? We got over it, right? Hey, have you seen that movie? Did you see the last episode of that other show that everyone watches? Did you hear that we are in the golden age of television? But don't you also want to cut back on screen / caffeine / gluten / carbs / alcohol / red meat consumption / media consumption? Because like, aren't you so tired of the media? Like, aren't you so tired of social media? But I liked all those pictures you put up of that small child / animal in your family / social circle. One of my parents is being so annoying. What was that one family member I always ask you about? Do you remember that inside joke? remarried / divorced again. And what's her face is having a kid / another kid / her kid is having a kid. Do you remember that time? We all did that thing together that one time. Do you ever look back in that moment like, wow, that was the most important, most formative moment of my life? And at the time, I had literally no idea how much the rest of it was just going to suck in comparison. I do. I think about that all the time. Is that why you're so upset? Tell me, because seeing you upset makes me upset. Well, now I'm kind of worried about telling you. Hey, everybody, look at me. How much have we been through together? Huh? Haven't we seen each other at our best and our worst? You can tell me anything now. Did someone do something to you? Who was it? I'll kill them. I will kill them. Come on. I'm serious. I would die for you. You know that. Really? Yes, I would literally go to hell and back for you. Oh, literally. Hello. That is the definition of a BFF. Now what's going on? Okay, so I've been summoned. Okay. To go on this long and difficult sounding journey. Okay. At the end of which I'll have to give a presentation on my life and why I've lived it that way. Okay, and to who? To God. Wait, who? God? You keep saying God? Yeah. Like God? Like God. Hold up, are you saying God is real? Well, technically that depends on your definition of real. Like, what's real to you? What's your reality? Okay, I'll think on that later. Keep going. Well, basically, I've come here to beg you to please come with me, as you literally just said you would as my BFF. Okay, did I really just say that? Okay. Well, this sounds like sort of a scary trip, and also sort of long. When would we get back? Technically, I think we would never come back. But I wasn't, they said they weren't sure that they would check for us. Wait, they? Who's they? Death? Excuse me? The Death was just here and he told me all this and he's coming back shortly to grab me / us. What? Oh, well! No. There is no one in my life I would accompany on a trip like that. That is crazy. Not even my parents, who annoy me sometimes, but they're incredible people and I love them. But you promised me to hell. And back. Remember? Friendship, please. This is scary and I'm scared, but think of all the bad times that we turned into good ones because we had each other. This would be just like that friendship. I need you now more than I ever had, more than I ever will. Everybody. I said no. You want to get something to eat or drink before you go or get laid? Because I'll accompany you there. Though, wait. When you say Death was coming back, actually, let me get the hell out of here. Are you really leaving me like this? Yeah, sorry. But I'll never see you again. Oh my God. Hi. Oh my God, everybody, this makes me so sad. I love you so much. You've been such an incredible friend to me. You changed my life. I have to give you something. Please take this. What is this? It's a Lifetime Achievement Award. For what? For achieving your life. And also, I guess for dying before me. What am I supposed to do with this? I don't know. Whatever you want, homie. Got like a million more to get rid of. Now, bye! Why does everything bad always happen to me? Hey guys, I'm so upset. My friend is dying.
That was good. Yeah, that was funny. That part can have
I'm sorry. This is all still a dream?
Yes.
Okay, it's just sort of hard for me to follow.
Me too. Yeah, and why are people talking like that? What? I'm sorry, did you really just say that out loud?
Say what?
What the fuck is wrong
Whoa!
with you? That was so offensive.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Tell me, how are people supposed to talk in my dream, you fuck?
Dude, I think
What context? You're policing the way that I dream, you piece of shit. Am I crazy? Am I the only one who heard that?
That's not what they meant.
I honestly don't even know what just happened. Sorry. That was sort of my fault. I should have let you finish before I started analyzing everything.
Thank you.
Sorry. Please, keep going.
Friendship abandons me, and I'm like, you idiot! Do you feel like crap? Good. Stupid. How could you be such a sucker? All that time you wasted on friendship, keeping them company, entertained, and distracted with all sorts of bullshit while your own precious life ran out. What were you thinking? Why did you do that? Because friendship what? Gave off the impression that you weren't alone in a cold, heartless universe? That life might have meaning, but you are alone. Genius. Every human is an isolated thing, trapped inside its isolated self, waiting to die. Ugh, and how did this happen? It was society and the media, wasn't it? Fucking society and the goddamned media conditioning you to fear isolation and solitude. Whereas if you'd spent more time on self-reflection and contemplating solitude and journaling in those notebooks that everyone kept giving you, you wouldn't be feeling so cheated at the end of everything. You wouldn't have fallen into friendship's dumb trap. Was it all lies? Have all your relationships with other humans really been nothing but mutual delusions, convenient mirror tricks played to keep up the charade that there might be a reason for your being here, but really you're just some sort of blip in the grand scheme of nothingness, some kind of random phenomenon, a mistake, placed here on Earth by some sadistic force, only to be tortured by the very fact of being itself. Which is something you never asked for in the first place. No. You're not some sort of isolated phenomenon. The very basis of yourself is just a genetic mishmash of other selves. You're part of something. Think of the long line of accidents and miracles and struggles and victories that it took to bring you to life. When you hold all that in your head, doesn't it almost feel like sacred or holy, or that the very fact of your being alive proves a connection between you in the very beginning to everything, to God. And that connection is your family. Wait, your family may actually help you. Your kinship is way different from friendship. You share the same biological information, so that means they're genetically programmed to be immediately sympathetic because whatever happens to you is sort of happening to them too. And some of your family members have known you since before you were even aware of yourself as a self. So they can help with this presentation and how you've lived your life and why. Where is your family? Maybe one of them will come with you. Find your family.
Everybody? What's up, guys? Whoa!
Kinship, oh my god!
Uh-oh. What's wrong? Something's wrong. What do you need? Is it money? Is it shelter? Something to eat? Something to drink? Is it a shoulder to cry on? Is it a life lesson? Hey, do you need someone to keep a secret? Do you want to hear someone else's secret? If so, that's what we're here for. But if you're looking for sexual partners, then you're gonna have to look elsewhere.
Yeah, fam, that would totally violate the incest taboos central to all human cultures.
Okay, thank you guys. Here's the deal. I've been summoned to go on this journey from which it seems unlikely I will ever return, and not only that, but at the end of it I have to give a presentation on my life to someone or something, and I think that means talking about all the bad things I've done, but also the good ones, if I even did any. And I've come here to beg you, please, please go with me, not only because it'd be so great to have someone or someones by my side who I truly, truly love, but because I've done such a poor job of keeping track of my life that I literally cannot obviously depends on your definition of real.
But God must be real if God came to you and asked for this account, right?
Well, actually, it was Death who came to me.
What? That is so scary.
I know, it's scary, and I'm scared, but Death said that I could bring someone with me, and I went French at first, but then French was a total flank. I don't know what I'll do with humanity too, because that will literally mean that life has been nothing more than a meaningless illusion, and human relationships no more than a cruel trick, and I'm begging you to come with me, please, please, please.
Hey, everybody. Right? Come on, man. There's nothing to be scared of. Remember our family motto?
No.
Well, when you do remember it, you know, one of the defining features of this family is sort of our vague inner strength and modest track records of occasionally overcoming specific obstacles. And I'm 99% sure that you have as much good in you as there is bad, and vice versa. And I'm 100% sure that you will find some family member other than me. Because I'm not going, I'm just your cousin.
Can't you know this, right? You're more than just my cousin. We share more biological information, so you're more biologically predisposed to care about me.
This is really complicated because I totally would have, but I'm actually really sick right now.
Sick out, like terminal? That's perfect.
No, I hurt my toe earlier. I can't really travel. Ow!
I could carry you.
Oh, no, you can't! Because I also have a cough. That's part of the sickness. You know what? Why don't you take... This little girl, she seems like she might be really helpful and also a lot of fun. Like, she can dance. Yeah. You know how to have a good time, right, little girl? Kids also know a lot of jokes, which will help lighten the mood. And she's pretty young, so she won't really understand what's going on. Let's ask her. What do you say? Hi, little girl. My family member here is about to die, and they need someone to accompany them to the afterlife. Do you want to die with my family and come to them in the afterlife, little girl? Yes. No. Yeah. Yeah. No. Do? No. Is that a nod? No. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's a no. Oh.
Would you leave that little girl alone and just tell me, are you going to come with me or are you going to stay here?
Oh, you need someone to stay? I can do that for you. I'm so glad I can help. Oh, what's that? You need someone to help you find the bathroom? I can do that for you. Gotta help this little girl find the bathroom. Bye now.
Mom? Mom? What is this? What is happening? Mommy! Mommy! This is so annoying! All my life, all I've heard are promises of family love and devotion, and when I need them most, all that family love and devotion just turns out to be random sounds and emoting people related to me have been making to fill up for the empty air of living. Why are we such stupid, lying pieces of garbage? And why do writers and artists and politicians who talk and write and preach about all this bullshit get our praise when it's clearly just a vast conspiracy, a bunch of bullshit lies we tell each other to cover up for the fact that we are nothing but a bunch of useless, stupid animals with nothing better to do than to what? See how much damage we can cause to everything and get away with it? Make more of ourselves, and for what? To keep this selfishness alive, this cruelty? Fuck! I'm so sad! Why did I have to share the planet with all you monster assholes? What was the point of it all? Why was I even born? Because French, because... And when I was born, what was it that made me start breathing? Because it certainly wasn't me! What the fuck?
Everybody! Can I just be really honest with you for a second? Okay, look. Real talk, come on. Cousin to cousin, yeah? Don't you think you're sort of being the asshole right now?
What?
I mean, don't sort of being selfish? You can't just decide I'm a piece of garbage based on whether or not I want to die with you. I mean, you just confirmed this whole God thing for me, and it seems like everybody's got some sort of presentation they're expected to deliver. So it's like, how am I supposed to go with you, but also get myself ready too? You know what I mean? And there's only so much time in this world, and everyone knows that multitasking leads to diminished quality of the overall work. And you know what? Maybe it's not all about you, everybody. Yeah, maybe the point of life is that everyone has to wrestle with it on their own terms. Actually, you know what? Let me get started on this presentation, because it sounds like a lot of work. Man, no, I wish someone would have told me earlier. But that's why I'm thankful for family. They tell you those things no one else will. At some point. If you're lucky. And I guess I'm lucky. Thanks for the heads up, cuz. I wonder if it'll just help if I just talk and think about God more. Because then my presentation will just be like, well, honestly, man, I spent a lot of time talking about you, man. Then that's like super weird, because it's like, why was I given the option of not doing that? Because then what if God is just like, that's all you did? That's all you did with the greatest gift I have to offer you? Man. Man, life is just constantly like, wow. Like life? It's like, wow. Oh my gosh. Yo, you guys all know about God?
Hey, you was good for that part too. That was so good. That was so good.
I'm sorry, can I say something? I'm sorry, can I just say something? Okay. I feel like you completely misheard my comments before, and now you're sort of doing this on purpose. Doing what on purpose? What I said clearly was not a race thing. And now you're leaning into some sort of street slang thing and the telling of this. Okay, this is exactly the problem. Just because you don't want to recognize this as a race thing doesn't mean it wasn't one. Race is not just something you can opt in and out of whenever it's convenient to you. And what you said was racially offensive. You don't know what I said. You don't know what I meant. No, I don't think you know what you meant. Clearly.
Come on, you guys. We were just talking.
No, you literally just racialized my unconscious, and that is crazy. Oh my God, no one racialized your. I was making a joke. Oh, really? What was the joke? Okay, that's not how you normally talk, okay? And I was pointing it out. What the fuck would you know about how I normally talk? Maybe the way I talk when I'm not around you is normal, and when I'm around you, I put in an ugly fucking accent so you don't feel so bad about how stupid you sound. Did you ever think about that? Can you not? I'm sorry, I didn't say anything. Me too.
You guys, come on, stop it.
What happened next in you two?
I lost my place.
Your cousin just called you an asshole?
Right, and left the theater. So I'm alone again. And I'm just like,
Your cousin was right. Of course, your cousin is always right. Everybody's got to go through this, not just you. And it was selfish to ask anyone to die for you. Why are your cousins so right all the time? Oh man. You've been living your whole life completely wrong. Everything has been a lie, and now it's too late to do anything about that. Death will be back here any moment. This is a disaster. Why do all your last moments on this earth have to be so miserable? And what was the point of it all? Of all the good feelings of joy, relief, excitement, happiness, belonging, of feeling anything in the first place? Why make you so acquainted with the world and its treasures, and then take it all away? But maybe it's not your place to know why. But then, why were you given the ability to wonder why? Ugh! You're gonna miss so many things. You're gonna miss your apartment/house. You're gonna miss all your favorite things, your favorite places, your favorite nature places, your favorite stores, your favorite restaurants, your favorite foods, your favorite snacks. All your books and your music and your laptop and your tablet and your phone, various streaming accounts. You're gonna miss your tchotchke collection/collections. You're gonna miss all the money you worked so hard to earn. Wait, you've actually accumulated a lot of stuff over time. Maybe you could bring some of it with you? It might actually be sort of comforting to have it with you on this journey, since all your friends and family are the worst. And when you hold certain things in your hand, don't memories of when and where you were when you found it or who gave it to you come back to you? It's been such a nice way to keep your past with you. And wait, that means it might also help you with this stupid presentation, like a visual aid. Where's your stuff? You should find your stuff. Stuff? Stuff? Stuff!
Hello?
Stuff! Oh my God, it's me!
Oh, everybody, what is going on? I'm screaming.
Stuff, I need your help.
Of course. I'm here to help with any problem in the world. How much do you need?
Actually, it's not a problem with this world.
Tell me more.
Basically, I've been summoned to go on this journey, at the end of which I'll have to give a presentation on my life to someone or something, which at this point I'm sure is definitely God. And anyways, over the years you've been such a comfort to me, and all the pieces of you are basically all of the pieces of my life here. At least due to capitalism, my labor has been literally translated into the abstract value with which I used to purchase you. So I'm begging you, come with me and help me support my presentation. And also, you know what I just realized? Some of you is so special and unique and one of a kind that God may actually appreciate some piece of you as an offering or a sacrifice of some sort. When you like to meet God who created you with the help of mostly manual foreign language.
Okay, stop talking. First of all, everybody, I'm so flattered you wouldn't think of me for this, but unfortunately I can't go with you.
Well, why not?
Well, you know I can't move.
I could carry you.
Yeah, but there's so much of me, piled so high, in so many corners, on the shelves, in various closets, and storage units, and bank accounts. I would just slow you down.
That wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing.
Yes, it would. I'd be too much of a distraction.
No, you wouldn't.
Maybe, yes, it would. And it already sort of sounds like obsessing over me and having more of me and chasing me down is what's distracted you from this whole presentation or whatever in the first place.
Okay, but nobody told me that I should have been doing that stuff. Think of all the pleasures we've shared.
We have had fun together.
One of the greatest joys of my life has been knowing that you were the only part of this world I could truly call mine.
Call yours? Everybody, did you think? Please tell me you're joking.
About what?
Do you think I belong to you?
Well, yeah. on the way people talk or how they sound. I just want to know what it means, my dream.
Well, I think the meaning is pretty obvious.
Then what is it?
You're dying, and you're dying alone.
What? Where did everybody go?
He's still saying something.
Hey, excuse me? Yeah, you, what are you doing?
I'm leaving.
Why?
My friend, Miss Late Seating, and I'm just not enjoying myself.
Okay.
Sorry. Hey, for the record, this is all pretty offensive.
Offensive!
I came here really excited about really wanting to go on this journey with you, and I usually love everything they do here, but I feel like I've just been made a prop. Like I've been made to just sit here, and this whole thing is some sort of showbiz inside joke, so
I'm sorry, what are you?
What am I?
Yeah, what are you that you're so offended? I'm confused.
I'm love? Oh, so now you recognize me. That's interesting. Goodbye.
Wait! Can you tell me, is this real or is this a dream?
This is a theater.
Yeah.
I feel like I just woke up from a bad nap. You know what I mean? Like one of those naps where you sleep too long
Yeah.
or too late.
You're dying.
Am I dying because Death said Death was gonna come back before? Are you deaf?
I just told you I'm love.
Wait! Are you gonna come with me on you can't leave too. Everyone else has left me. Everyone, please, you can't leave too.
Yeah. Sorry.
I will do anything. What do you want to see? Please, just tell me. What is it? What do you want to see? I will do anything. Please, just stay.
What can you do to what?
Make you stay. Please.
You could humiliate yourself a little more.
Humiliate myself how?
Do you have a whip or
A
something?
whip? I do not have a whip.
Then take off your clothes.
What's that?
Take your clothes off.
You want me to?
Get naked. I'm leaving.
Is that it?
Think of some other stuff, but start there. Go ahead.
Wait.
Okay, that's good.
What now?
Now, repeat after me.
Okay.
Say, I've been very disappointed.
I've been very disappointed.
To myself.
To myself.
Louder. I've been very disappointed.
I've been very disappointed.
To myself.
To myself.
Now, run around. What do you say? I've been very disappointed.
I've been very disappointed.
To myself.
To myself.
Because my body.
Because my body
is a mystery.
Is a mystery.
To myself.
To myself.
I am angry.
I'm angry.
At my body.
At my body.
I am angry.
I'm angry.
And it's changing.
And it's changing.
My anger at everything.
My anger at everything.
Is due to the fact.
Is due to the fact
that my body.
That my body
keeps changing.
Keeps changing.
I don't love.
I don't love.
Changing.
Changing.
I don't love.
I don't love.
Change.
Change.
I don't love.
I don't love.
That I have no control.
That I have no control.
But I have no control.
But I have no control.
This body is just
sorry. We're ready? Who is this?
This is Love.
Huh. So you actually found someone. Weird. Hi.
Hi there.
Can we help you?
Oh, I'm just checking in. Are you guys still good?
I think so.
Okay, well, let me know if you need help with anything. I'm just back here with my team.
Who are you?
I'm understanding. They know me. I work here. Hello. Hello. I just wanted to make sure you guys were good.
If you're understanding, then who's your team?
Have you not met them?
I'm not sure. Have I?
Guys, come here. What is going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm strength.
5 senses.
Beauty.
Mind, what's going on?
Well, I was actually just escorting everybody to a plane of existence beyond this one from whence there's no return.
Ooh, can I come?
Come with me?
Yeah, like soldiers in a battle.
Me too. I've got a good feeling about this.
Yeah, me too. It sounds really beautiful.
Everybody, I want you to go with a good plan and deliberation, and that's why you're bringing me.
Guys, this is suddenly a really large group. Are you absolutely sure?
Of course, I mean, I have your strength, mind, beauty, 5 senses, love, and understanding. I don't know what better companions I could ask for.
Fine. I guess everybody follow me.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. Choo choo. All right, everybody in.
In this that hole.
In this grave you all must creep and bear to earth your soul to eat.
What?
Always the other side.
I meant to be seen and admired. So I'm out of here. Bye.
Wait, beauty!
La 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 la, beauty is dead.
Beauty! Beauty has a tendency to fade.
Everybody,
Oh,
I
wow.
gotta head out. I don't want this whole eat thing.
Okay, so you're all just gonna betray me then. Strength, just stay a little longer.
Oh, no thanks.
You said they would come with me on this long journey. You said that.
Yeah, but I think I've come with you far enough that I also kind of regret coming with you this far. Things have gone so weird. So I'm gonna do me and get up on out of here.
You know what? Fuck you. I honestly thought you could be a little more reliable.
Fuck you!
Hey, don't run out. Don't run out.
Hey, everybody. No, not in my mind. I can't lose you too. Whenever strength leaves, I wind up going crazy after. Mind, I pray to you, for the love of all things, that just take a look inside my grave and tell me what you see. I can't. I'm so sensitive. Scary things make me black out. Farewell, everybody. It's been nice being relatively intelligent with you.
Mine goes.
Everybody, now I have to go too.
I think I'm actually gonna start crying.
Everybody.
You know, I thought at least you'd be here with me through the end.
I think this is the end. Right? We don't know. In any case, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna do a great job. Really, it's not you, it's me. Everybody does it. So, you're gonna do it. Because you're everybody. Bye.
Yeah, senses got lost.
My eyes! I can't see. Has everything left?
I'm still here. I'm gonna come with you.
Understand?
that all right?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Love, my one true friend. The others have deserted me, every one. I love them better than my love alone.
Get ready.
Okay. One more second. Goodbye. Everything.
It's time to go. Hey, buddy, I'm over here.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I'm sorry I'm late. You know what? It's not even worth going into. This place is a nightmare to get to, but I am here now.
No, you're good. The journey just started.
I'm sorry, who's there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm all the shitty, evil things you've done to the world and other people.
What?
We've totally met before. You may not remember me. I'm a secret. All right, let's go. I'm ready.
Let's go. Okay.
Wait!
See you in a bit.
Yep.
Sure. So it looks like everybody's finally met their end. You okay?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to wrap my head around some things that happened here.
You know, everything's gonna be okay, right?
I know. It's just, I wish it all wasn't such a huge secret, you know? What would be so wrong with knowing a few more details beforehand, you know? Wouldn't that make me a better person?
I don't know. Would it?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi there.
Are you guys almost done?
Yeah, we're just finished.
Great. Sorry. Something entirely different has the space reserved, so gotta wrap things up, okay?
Yeah, we were just leaving.
Excellent.
Hey, I'm sorry to do this, but I feel like we know each other. Have we met before?
Had the same feeling, actually. How would we have met?
I don't even know. What's your name?
I'm Ty.
Yes! Oh my! I used to date your sister Space. Yeah, we made a history thing.
Right, you came with green.
Yes!
Hi! You look so great!
Oh, stop it! You look great.
What have you been up to?
Well, you know, same old, same old.
Right. You think we get sick of doing the same thing, huh?
All right. Oh, we met understanding.
No. Hi.
Hi.
It's so nice to meet you.
This is so embarrassing, but I'm actually a huge fan!
Stop it! That is such a crazy thing to say.
Wait, what are you two doing right now? I'm due for a little break.
No shit, me too. What are you gonna do?
No, I was thinking about doing a little star watching.
Ooh, I am obsessed with stars.
Me too! Would you like to join us?
Oh, that's so nice of you. I have like a million questions I've been dying to ask you. But I have some thoughts that I need to wrap up. If that's okay? But maybe you guys start and I'll just catch up. Is that okay?
Sure.
Just try to be done before nature gets here. She does cleanup and can seem nice, but she's actually a total nightmare.
Of course. Thanks.
No worries. Nice shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Where'd
respectful. Also, it was in manner of a morality play, and that means there's a moral to it. And you may already be thinking this, but just in case, ye hearer, take it away. Old and young, all things upon this earth are but vanity. Beauty, strength, mind, senses, do man forsake, just as his fullest friends and kinsmen, who to him fair spake. All flee, save his love, which beyond he doth take. And I guess his evil, too. So, why is it these plays about death always only ever wind up trying to tell us about life? I guess it's because no one's ever really figured out what happens after we die, huh? I guess anything could happen. And maybe it's a mystery we're never going to actually solve. Never supposed to solve. The only thing we do know is that we can't come back and undo all the messed up stuff we've done to the world and each other and the future each other's waiting to inherit this place. For after death, amends may no man make, for then mercy and pity doth him forsake. Or something. Maybe we should all just be a little better about recycling. And also really, really listening to each other. And being less judgmental and more forgiving. But also owning up to our own mistakes and being open to changing our own mind. Lead with our understanding. You know, just being nice to each other. For once. And I'm talking about everybody. Have a good night.